I can leave my job eventually and then do this, right? Yes, guys. Now let me show you the wig, guys. What do you guys think, guys? Thank you for tapping, Angie. I appreciate it, darling. Yes, guys. And if you guys can't afford to tip, that's more than fine, all right? I just, if you can afford it and you want to show support for what I do and for who I am as a creator, as like a good friendly creator that does fighting for rights and all these funny things and all this beauty and all this makeup and stuff, show support, guys. But if you can't afford it and you're poor, of course I want you in the live. Of course I'm nice, right? I want everybody to be happy in the live, all right? And one of these days when I get famous, get a new wig. Yes, one of these days when I'm famous, I'll definitely give back to the community. I'll give back to people. What I was thinking of doing is just having like, I'm trying to think what I was going to do. I was going to do something, this is what I was going to do, okay? So at first I was like going to do, going to like the Goodwill store and handing money out or whatever, which I might still do that. But I was thinking what I would really like to do, yes, the black wig. Yeah, I'll put the black wig on in just a second, guys. What I'd really like to do is, somebody is on the news and they say they're about to be homeless or they're struggling and they're about to be homeless or they can't pay their bills or they have a serious situation, like a very serious situation, and the only reason why they can't afford their bills is because they can't afford them and they have maybe another issue with their situation and they're risking homelessness and they want to unalive themselves because of it and it's on the news. I'll definitely help people out like that, right? Because I want people to know that I can't stand seeing someone. There was one person, I don't know what happened to the story, but yes, Angie, I'll change wig in a minute, Don. There was one thing that happened to somebody. They were disabled, like mentally disabled, I think, and they had they couldn't afford their bills and they were going to be homeless. So they were talking about having like unaliving themselves, right? Because they couldn't afford their bills and they were a senior and they couldn't imagine living on the street that way. So they were like, well, they wanted to unalive themselves, right? With euthanasia, triggering. I don't want to trigger anybody with euthanasia, right? So I don't know what happened to that person, but if I hear stories like that, because I didn't have any money at the time, right? But if I hear stories like that, I'll reach out. I'll be famous enough that I'll reach out to the news and they'll know me. And then I'll say, yes, Haley. Oh, yes, guys. I love this wig, right? Yes, darling. I'll reach out to people like that, right? It'd be like, give them enough money to pay for rent. That person wouldn't have been able to afford it. So giving them enough money to pay for rent for the next, I don't know, like year, right? That's the kind of thing I'll do, right? Okay, I'll change the wig to black, guys. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to change the wig.